Hello and welcome to today's Gracious Dreams Christmas workshop. In today's workshop we are going to make our very own Advent wreaths. So for today's workshop you will need one paper plate, one A4 piece of pink or red paper, one A4 piece of green paper, one pair of scissors, one glue, and some stickers or some colouring pens. So while we're waiting for your play specialists to get this, we're going to start with today's story, which is Bambi, the Wonderful Winter Tree.
Bambi woke up one morning to find that the whole world was covered in a soft white blanket. "What is it, Mother?" Bambi asked as he gazed around. "This is snow," his mother told him. "It means winter is upon us." "Snow?" said Bambi. He took a cautious step, and then another, and another. He felt the icy crystals crunch beneath his hooves. When he glanced back over his shoulder, he could see a set of tiny tracks. "I like snow," Bambi said, looking at the pattern his hooves had made. "Snow is pretty to look at," his mother told him, "but it makes winter hard for all the animals." Bambi was about to ask her why winter was harder than other seasons when his friend Thumper came hopping over. "Hiya, Bambi," said the bunny. "Come on, let's go sliding." He led Bambi to the pond, which was frozen solid. Thumper slapped at the ice with his foot. "Come on, it's all right," he told Bambi. Bambi spotted Flower the skunk. "You want to come sliding?" Bambi called, running over. "Thumper says the water's stiff." Flower shook his head. "No thanks, I'm off to my den. I'm going to sleep through the winter." He yawned. "Goodbye, Bambi," he said. "Bye, Flower," said Bambi. Then he spied another friend, a squirrel, scurrying up an oak tree. "The pond is stiff, Squirrel," called Bambi. "Want to come sliding with me?" "Thanks," replied the squirrel, "but I have to store nuts for the long winter." He showed Bambi the pile he had already collected. "No sliding for me today." All these other animals seemed to be taking winter very seriously, so Bambi went back to Thumper and the frozen pond by himself. Whee! Thumper was sliding across the ice with some of his sisters, but when Bambi stepped on the ice, his long legs lost their balance straight away. His hooves slid off in 4 different directions. "Kind of wobbly, ain't ya?" said Thumper, skating around him. "You can do it." Bambi wasn't so sure. Sliding across the stiff water wasn't as much fun for a deer as it was for rabbits. His legs were long and he had further to fall. His stomach growled and he realised all this running about in the snow had made him hungry. He said goodbye to the bunnies and went back to find his mother. "Mother, I'm hungry," Bambi told her. In the spring, summer and autumn, they had been able to find food almost anywhere they looked. Now that it was winter, Bambi could see that finding food wasn't so easy. There were no leaves on the trees and the grass was covered with snow and ice. His mother was right. This beautiful blanket of snow hid the rest of the world from sight and nothing could grow. For the first time he noticed how cold he was and his whole body shivered. No wonder Flower had gone back to his den. "Come quick," Bambi's mother called to him. She'd uncovered a small patch of grass and Bambi nibbled at it eagerly. At last, with his tummy almost full, Bambi could curl up with his mother for a nap. The ground was hard and cold and the wind was chilly. Bambi was grateful to have his mother there to keep him warm. "Is this why the birds fly south and why our other friends sleep through the winter?" Bambi asked her. His mother nodded and snuggled even closer. "Don't worry, Bambi," she told him. "Winter doesn't last forever." By the end of December, there was nothing left in the forest for Bambi to eat but bitter bark. The days grew short and the nights grew longer, and throughout them Bambi's stomach rumbled. Then one day, something truly amazing happened. Thumper was the first to see it. "Hey, Bambi!" he called. "Would you look at that tree?" Bambi followed the direction of Thumper's paw. He could not believe his eyes. There before them was a pine tree, unlike any Bambi had ever seen. It was draped with strings of bright berries and yummy popcorn. From the end of each branch hung a ripe, juicy apple. Bambi thought that the most wonderful thing of all was the shiny gold star at the very top. "Mother!" exclaimed Bambi. "Look what Thumper found!" Slowly and cautiously, his mother drew closer. It can't be," she whispered. "It seems almost too good to be true." "What is it, Mother?" Bambi asked. "The most beautiful tree in the world," she answered, circling it. She smiled down at Bambi, her eyes brimming with happiness. "What a special gift to have on your first Christmas." "Who left it, Mother?" Bambi asked. He'd never seen anything like this before. "I don't know," she replied. "Maybe someone who loves animals," Thumper said, hopping up and down. "This is the best gift ever." He took a big sniff of one of the apples hanging low to the ground and wiggled his little white tail with pleasure. "Can we share this food with everyone of our friends, Mother?" Bambi asked. "I don't see why not," Bambi's mother said. "Christmas is a time to share what we have with those we love." Bambi looked up at the golden star at the top of the tree. Then he glanced at the sky. The sun was just beginning to go down. He knew that very soon there would be a star twinkling in the sky, just like the one at the top of the tree. He danced back over to his mother and took a big bite out of one of the juicy green apples. He thought. Nothing had ever tasted so good. Gazing up at the star and at the beautiful winter tree, Bambi could feel a happy warm glow swelling inside him. There was enough food on the tree to feed all the animals who were hungry. "What a magical gift," thought Bambi. Winter was long and hard, and yet it could be wonderful after all. The end.
So first of all, we are going to start with our paper plates. I find it's easier to start the cutting if you fold it in half first, like so. And then make one cut in the middle so you can get your scissors in easier. Now, please ask an adult for help with this because it can be quite tricky. So, we are going to cut all around. We're going to cut all the middle part out of the plate. So we are just left with the outside. Please be careful with this part, it's quite fiddly. Then you should have the outside of your paper plate. So the next part is we put this up to the side and we need our green piece of paper. So, once you have your green piece of paper, fold it in half and then fold it in half again. And then fold it in half again. And then what you want to do is open it up like that. And first of all, make a cut along the folded line. And then cut along the other lines too. Like so. Once you've cut it all, you should have your paper in sections that look like this. Now once they are in sections that look like this, we need to make them circular. So what you're going to do is get the paper and you want to have it in a circular like that, like these ones. So to make that, I'm going to glue along like that and stick it together. You're going to do that with all of these pieces of paper. Put the glue on and then make it into a circular and then stick down once you've done that with all of your pieces of paper, you should have loads of these. So for our next part, it is to stick them on here. So to do that, get your glue and glue along the side that you stuck on, and then stick on to your plate, like so. And then we go on to the next part. Put more glue on this one now. And I'm going to stick it next to this bit. Put your fingers in it to sort of push down so it sticks. And I'm going to do the same with the next part. Put it along like so. And I'm going to press down. And don't worry if some fall off because they're hard to stick on. Sometimes it means you just need a bit more glue. Quite fiddly, so you just got to be careful that you don't knock the one off next to. And then you do it like so. And now you keep doing this all the way along. Till we get all the way around. And this one's been knocked off because I didn't put enough glue on. I'm going to get our glue out. I need to put a lot of pressure on, so really press down. On every one. It's like a game, see which ones stay stuck on. If you don't put enough glue on, it won't stay stuck on. So I am nearly all the way around. And then I have one more piece to put on. Once you've stuck them all down, put it to the side and get your pink piece of paper, or red, fold it in half, and now we're going to make our bow. So to make your bow, you go on the folded section and you cut, I like to say like a heart sort of shape. Start with, cut round, don't go all the way in, and then cut down for our string section. And then to make it look more like a bow, cut a little triangle at the bottom, then up like that. And when you open it, it will look like a heart bow. And once you've done your heart bow, you're going to stick it on, some glue on it, and stick it on there at the bottom. Okay, once you've done that, we're going to go back to our paper again, and we are going to cut off a square shape like so. And once you've cut off your square shape, it will look like this. We are going to put some glue on the end of that and then fold it over once you've put some glue on it to make it a circular square shape. And then at the bottom of that, put some more glue. We are going to put this here. This fiddly bit, like so. And then it's up to you how you want to decorate the rest. Got one more fiddly bit, wants to be fiddly. I am going to use stickers, but you can draw on this once the glue has dried, or you can use stickers like me. So I'm going to use stickers to make it all sparkly. And put the stickers along like this. I'm going to use more stickers. And stick it on to the next one. And then I'm going to use some more stickers to stick on to the next one. Like this. And these are a bit fiddly, these stickers, to make it all sparkly. Here's some more sparkly. It's very fiddly, so try to leave it a while for it to dry, the glue, because they can come off again if it hasn't had enough time to dry. Let's do our last finishing touches. You can draw pictures on these, maybe some stars, or you can draw pictures on the bows if you want to, or you can put your name along the bow. And there you have it, our homemade Advent wreath, all sparkly. I hope you've enjoyed today's workshop.